Good evening, I'm Paula Toti.
And I'm Kyle Inskeep. Just 10 days after a mentally disturbed gunman killed 3 people and wounded 2 others in the lobby of the Fifth Third Center, that lobby reopened today.
But it wasn't simply a matter of opening the doors and back to business as usual. Local 12's Jeff Hirsch joins us live from Fountain Square with what employees and visitors are being asked to do. Jeff.
Good afternoon. What they're being asked to do is to sign this memorial banner. This is right here over the glass that police shot through to kill the gunman, Omar Santa Perez. Now, there's all sorts of messages honoring the families, honoring the victims, and also honoring the police and fire. Take a look at this. It says, "Forever in debt to the first responders." Certainly the police officers and firefighters who came here, they deserve all the praise they've gotten and even a lot more. But there are also some unsung heroes.
The word hero is often overused, misused, but in this case you cannot use the word enough in describing the 4 Cincinnati police officers who took down the Fifth Third gunman.
There was no question in looking at the actions of the shooter. He was intent on causing as much carnage as possible, and he simply was looking for victims, anyone to shoot.
Other heroes, the firefighters who rushed to help the injured. But then there were heroes you did not see, the 911 call takers and dispatchers.
On the morning of September 6th at 9:07 a.m., the first 911 call came in to the Cincinnati Communications Center reporting shots fired at the Fifth Third Tower. And in the 9 o'clock hour, we had 205 total calls, which is double what our typical call volume is on a typical Wednesday morning.
And these calls were anything but routine, people hiding from a gunman, petrified.
So typically we're processing calls in 1 to 2 minutes. In this situation, we had some calls that were on the call with them for 6-7 minutes just to keep people calm.
One such call from Bella, an 18-year-old employee of the graders in the Fifth Third Tower.
Can you give me a description of the person that you think may have had a gun?
I don't know, he was just in like a business suit.
Male in a business suit? Do you remember what color the business suit was?
No, it was orange.
That's okay. I want you to say exactly where you are, okay? I've got officers there on scene.
She called 911 when she heard the shots fired right next door, and she was terrified. And so our call taker, Kathy Malone, did a fantastic job in comforting her, making her feel good, to the point where her father brought her up to the 911 center so he could meet her.
Cincinnati 911 has had a tough year with the Kyle Plush tragedy still fresh. But when someone you help shows up to say thank you, that shows that saying 911, what's your emergency, is more than just a job.
For this particular call taker, a moment like this was a nice closing moment.
There were 8 call takers on duty that day. There were dozens of police officers. 54 firefighters responded. That was about 1/4 of the entire on-duty complement. Plus, there were 11 ambulances from the suburbs out in reserve, out at Union Terminal, not too far from here, just in case they needed more ambulances than the 6 the city had on the scene. Fortunately, those extra ambulances were not needed. Live downtown, Jeff Hirsch, Local 12 News, back to you.